A very good afternoon and welcome back to the Republic of Motorsport. You join us for round 9 of this championship series, round 9 of 18, marking the halfway point in this title fight, and we head to the iconic, the legendary, the circuit of Spa-Francorchamps here in the Belgium hills. This track always throws up a great battle, and we have a unique aspect once again today, joined by Matthew Connor. But how's your office today, Matt?
Yeah, it's not very spacious. Quite tucked in here. There's this halo thing around my head. It's great. We're gonna do something a little bit different for you folks today. I'm gonna be driving. I'm not gonna qualify. I'll start at the back so I don't dock too many points off these guys. I feel that's how reserves should always be. But yeah, I'll be in the car. So if you hear me shouting, don't be surprised.
So we've got a unique aspect. Martin Brundle goes down to a few corners during a practice session. But today we've got Matthew Connor out on track in the thick of it, trying not to absolutely steamroll someone in the process as well. A few cars out on track. Lacey is going to lead us around for, it looks like, the first flying car. Most of the cars are coming out very early out onto track, it seems. Everyone opted in so far for that soft compound of tyre. And we hope to get an update in terms of the weather forecast. We know we can get some real hit and miss weather. It's a beautiful day here at the circuit of Spa-Francorchamps. But yeah, rain is always welcome around here, Matt.
Yeah, it's up in the Ardennes forest. There's often rain, see a lot of wet races. I probably ought to have checked the weather forecast before I hit that retire button. I didn't. That's unfortunate, but I'll be just as surprised as you are. Who's on line? Daisy has just started a lap, and he will be the first one to do so. Barrels down then through La Source, the hairpin opens the lap, drops the traction on the exit of the corner, manages to keep it in a straight line, and will then continue on down towards Eau Rouge. Easy flat out with this modern Formula 1 cars up ready on. He's now onto the Kemmel straight, and this is where we're going to see the bulk of the overtaking during the race. Flying down the straight and ready to hit the brakes for the late chicane around about 50 metres forward, swung it in, back to the left, keep the car over to the left, set yourself up nicely, and you can take this corner very fast. Essentially, you could use a bit more curb than Dace did there, and a big lock up on the inside front for him. It's this horrible camber right-hander. Through no name corner, watch the track limits on the exit. Dacey's not done that, and he has exceeded the track limits. He's got his lap time invalidated. We'll switch over to somebody who's just invalidated. Perfect. Pullen. Yes, Pullen will continue then on his lap as he's now coming through this sort of medium speed sequence of corners and downhill braking to the lowest point on this Spa-Francorchamps circuit with the flat out right-hander, and now back up the hill and towards Blanchimont. All about your setup. Yeah, how much downforce did you put on? You want to have it as low as possible for this section of track. Flat out through Blanchimont. Don't expect much side-by-side action through that corner. If you do, expect the crashes. Heavy braking for the bus stop chicane. Swing it right, swing it back to the left. Get back on the throttle early as you can. Shortest round to the line. Now Pullen puts their 1:42.7 in the first lap of the day.
Yeah, always important to get a good banker lap under your belt, build the confidence. You're about to send it on the second lap. We've got ROM James just pipping him with a 1:42.413. We've got B Ford, our championship leader, in sector 3 now. Not many corners here to go, and only 3 times on the board so far. Let's see what the McLaren driver can do. Very easy to spin up the wheels through the last corner here. Tommy Real, 41.5, a fantastic lap for him, as well as Weston's a 42.0. B Ford up to the line at 42.2. You won't be too pleased with that, knowing him.
No, championship leader will want to improve on that himself. But we've seen in these first few races, he's not a particularly strong qualifier, is B4. He's just got the race pace over these guys.
Yep, Ludlow a 42.420, puts himself 5th overall. And Yannian's 42.5. Who else is still on a lap? Got front half out on track. But yeah, it's good to see he's not that comfortable, you know, when it comes to putting it on the grid on pole position. We don't want it to be a boring race like Sir Lewis Hamilton, you know, pole to P1. Don't like that.
You say that. Say that. Hamilton's not on pole today, is he? I'm liking this
really?
Max Verstappen we've got.
Max Verstappen dominated every session so far in Bahrain. He's got one left to go. Matt, you're right.
Ben Ford's just had a spin through P1. I didn't want to interrupt because he didn't make the barriers or anything. Just got a bit sideways and he nearly goes again over the bump there. Yeah, B4 just... Whoa.
Strong lap there, front half. Second car to 41s. Wow.
Oh, and Ludlow's gone off. He's just pulled it back onto the track. A little bit of knock there, but he's got that all sorted. Lucky then, but he's also on a push lap at the moment. He's coming through the first sector. Yellow flags in sector. I think that's just cars slowing down on their way towards the pits.
Let's have a quick recap of the championship standings, as most people got their first laps out of the way. So B Ford, like we say, leading the championship on 166 points. He's got 5 wins, 1 pole position to his name, and yeah, really dominating on 166 points. The guy in P2 hasn't turned up today and disappointing the crowd. And giving the advantage to B Ford. Yeah, Pez in second on 92 points, and then it's Drazzy, who's been looking good so far this year on 80 points. Then we've got Tommy Real on 69, who's a race winner this season. And then we've got Daisy, Lucky Lambert, Lorne, James, Weston's front half, Yanni, etc. In the constructors fight, McLaren lead the way 167 points to Mercedes, who've been looking strong on 131. Then Ferrari, AlphaTauri, Racing Point, Haas, Williams, Alfa Romeo, Renault and Red Bull.
Lambert put in a time there, a 142.4, puts himself into 5th place. We've currently only got 10 cars that have set a lap time. We're now about halfway through this qualifying session. So plenty of cars will be wanting to get on and set it up, and we've got Lorne currently on a push, and he's getting a bit of traffic by the looks of it coming up here in this middle sector. Hope they'll get out of the way for him. Don't want him to be held up. That's one looks like the AlphaTauri of Maitland. May even be the other one pulling. They're both out on track at the moment.
It is Smegland.
It is Smegland, right. Get out of the way, Smegland. Good boy. Next up will be the other AlphaTauri of Pullen, although I think Pullen has kind of floored it already, so will not be getting in the way of the Mercedes on a push lap, or will he? Because he's had to back off here as the AlphaTauri. It's just a bit of a distraction. He's not in the way. Just a little bit. You don't want that on your push lap. Lorne crosses the line and goes 10 fastest at 143.0. But yeah, potentially affected by some dirty air and the distraction of the cars ahead.
Yeah, these drivers will come up any excuse to shift the blame from themselves in terms of why they didn't put it on pole position. It's currently Tommy Real, front half, Weston's, B Ford, Lucky Lambert, James Ludlow, Yanni Jans, Pullen and Lorne. Your top 10, 8.5 minutes remain of qualifying. You've got Daisy on a flying lap. We know he's got some talent, this guy in the Williams. It'll be purple sector 1, so let's keep a close eye on him as we do a tour of the circuit of Spa here.
Good stuff so far then from Daisy. Keeps it nice and tight there through the off-camber right and into no-name corner. Gets the back end a little bit loose, and that just helps him with the rotation a little bit there. And he's actually benefited from that downhill through P1. Little lift there, keeps it in 7th gear, high on the reference, and now puts it up into 8th and hits the brakes for this medium speed chicane. Keeps it nice and tight on the right, sets itself up nicely to left, and use a lot of curve on the exit. The curve there very forgiving. Again, using curve on the exit here. We're now going to swing right and back up the hill towards Blanchemont, and he's purple in sector 2. So the big lap coming up then for Daisy. Full time currently at 141.5. Daisy looking to beat that. And then through Blanchemont towards the bus stop chicane. Just going to pit your braking point now and that's where he's gone for it. Slowed it down nicely for the apex, and back to there once again. Get up the throttle early as possible, open at the RS and just drive to the line. And it's pole position for DCL 141.4. Good stuff there for the Williams driver.
As CSR Maitland puts it into P5 at 42.0. Decent opening lap for him. We've got Vettel with an invalidation. He's going to head on round for another lap, it seems. Dunsworth currently on a flying lap, yet to set a lap time. Currently have 14 on the board, although Drazzy's doesn't look that representative with a 2 minute and 9 seconds. 6.5 minutes there or thereabouts remain. And yeah, can't wait to get this show on the road. Spa never disappoints, always a good track to follow and to battle, especially up the Kemmel Straight. If you dare to send it side to side up through Eau Rouge Radion at your peril. And it's literally a drive to survive kind of circuit, as we have another improvement there. I do believe at the top of the order.
Yeah, that's Weston's crossing the line to do a 41.8. Good time there for the racing points.
Yeah, very decent. 4 cars now in the 41s.
Vettel on his push lap now. Really pushing on the track limits there on the exit no lane corner. Now it needs to put on. How much does he commit? He left a bit of time on the table there, probably trying to make sure he actually gets a valid lap in here. He's got 5 minutes to go of qualifying. He's currently not at a time, and I thought he was about to cut that corner there.
So we've got D Money up in 6th place. Now B Ford down into 7th.
Vettel's gone! Oh, he's
Big moment.
He's managed to keep the wheels on, and he can get back to the pits, and he will have time to go again. But oh, that was a scary one.
Big shout out for Ludlow, putting it P3 at 41.7. Very good lap for the Alfa Romeo driver there. So that leaves B Ford, your championship lead, down in 8th place. He's going to have some pressure on to deliver that final flying lap in this qualifying session now. What's the strategy going to look like today, Matt?
Soft mediums.
You say it's so easy. Soft mediums.
It's soft mediums here. There's real no variation. Tyre wear. It's not low here. You do get wear on the tyres. It's just not enough that you would actually have to ever do a 2-stop or go to the hard tyres. I think everybody's done their quarry laps on the soft, haven't they? We've not got anyone currently trying to start on the mediums. If you start mediums, you just do it the opposite. Aki goes P11, 142.4.
Time's coming in thick and fast now. But very impressed to see D Money up there. The American in his native Haas.
D Money.
Big dingers.
We've got one car then left to set a lap time, and that's Vettel. Drazzy's going to look to improve, obviously. I don't think 2 minute and 9 is really representative of his pace. If it is, I don't think he should be racing, because he's going to get lapped within about 3 laps.
Have you seen Tommy's lap time?
Oh, I don't know. Casual, 141.2.
Smashed it. Absolutely smashed it. Great lap there for Tommy. Putting it provisional pole.
I don't know if he'll have time to go again in this one. He might just, to be fair, because he's not too far away from the pits. I don't know if he's got the tyres to do so, though. But lovely time there for Tommy Rill on pole position, currently by 0.2 of a second.
Lucky Lambert's put it up into P6. That's demoted B Ford now into P9.
In the pits is B Ford, obviously leaving it late then to go out and do his final run.
Just stay there.
Drazzy. Yeah, just stay. There's no need.
There's a problem on the car. You're going to have to sit out the rest of the session. No problemo.
Yeah, sorry. We forgot to put the tyres on. Real unfortunate. But that is unfortunately a qualifying over Mr. B Ford. Oh, never mind. He's on track. Let's see then. The cars obviously all going to come out on track now, ready for their final qualifying runs. I think we've got Lucky Lambert on his in lap. Everyone else is either in the pits or on an out lap.
Expecting a lot from this man, Drazzy. AB Drazzy currently down in 16th, yet to set a competitive lap time in this session. Of course, he's won races this year. He's been at the cutting edge of the grid, and we expect a big lap from him, but a lot of weight on his shoulders now in that Mercedes car. You know, way down the pecking order, and it's time to deliver, sir.
Absolutely. But they're all on out laps all at the same time. They've got plenty of time to get round, so I don't think we're going to see any of the, the guy at the front backing everybody up to sort of stop someone from setting a time. What are we saying on slipstream here? Would you want a slipstream on your quality lap? I think there's too many corners, isn't there?
Sorry, my mic cut out there.
What I do? I was just saying, what you're saying on the slipstream. Would you want one for a quality lap?
Maybe in the last sector, not through the first, because you're probably going to catch up to him in sector 2, and it's going to be more of a hindrance than a help through sector 2, where you really want the aero to work for you. So, in short, no.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think it'll help you through sector 1, but then in sector 2 there's just too many high and medium speed corners that the first will cost you through. And it's Lawn then, who's the first one to start a lap, and has someone binned it? I think Tommy Reels. I think someone's binned it at Rouge, did I just see on the mini-map?
No, I might need to get the spectacles out, Matt, because I didn't see that one there. I do see a purple sector 2 though for RSF1 Vettel, and one of the only guys apart from yourself to set a lap time in this session. So let's see what he's made of as we come through sector 3.
Yellow flags for the back markers. They're yet to start their lap times. They should all get out the way nicely. Only one of them had to in the end, and he has done. I believe that was Weston's. Here comes Vettel then, sliding out of that final corner, up to the line. Good P3, good lap there, 41.6. Good stuff from Vettel.
Very well done.
Now it's just saying his one job now is get out the way of Weston's, and he has done. Good respect there between the drivers.
Let's check in with Mr. B Ford in sector 2, and he's invalidated! He's invalidated!
Yes! You'd love to see it. B Ford, P10 at absolute best. We've got the two Mercedes now coming through the final corners. Lawn and Drazzy, they're going to be the first ones to complete the final laps. See what Lawn can do in the Mercedes. The black Mercedes, the brakes, swings it through the final chicane. Back on the power. DRS open up to the line, and Lawn will start from his 6 at best. Good stuff there for Lawn. Next up is Drazzy, who goes P3. Good stuff there. Dunsworth. Oh, Maitland, that's poor from you. I would have expected better. Here comes Dunsworth to the line. P13 for Dunsworth. There's a hat next to the line. That is not Lucky Lambert. The money is who it is. He's pulled into the pits, never mind.
Weston's invalidated. Ludlow's on the lap. Vettel's on his in lap.
Puller, late 17th.
Comes Dacey. Can he knock the big Tommy Rill off that pole position out the final corner? Good traction and up to the line. Is he going to improve? Yes, he is. A 41.0. What a lap.
What a lap for Daisy, a 41.0. You love to see that. Next up is Ludlow, currently P5 on the grid. Can he take the pole position? Runs to the line. And go to P4 on 41.5. I think Vettel's back off, so that is qualifying over.
That is it, and that qualifying has definitely put the cat amongst the pigeons, because B Ford is down in P12. Of course, he'll be going on that alternate strategy, but man, he's going to have to do some overtaking. He's going to have to try and keep it clean for that first stint. But Dacey, credit where it's due, great lap at the death. 41.0, puts it on the front row. Pole position, baby. Tommy Rill in P2 in a great place, as well as Drazzy puts himself up there. Ludlow and Co. Good end to qualifying.
Lovely end to the qualifying, and we've got a good race coming up for you then. B Ford, what can he do from that P12? He's got the fast car ahead of him. We've got Maitland down in P10. He often makes up ground in the race when he doesn't crash. Vettel, can he hold on? P5 on the grid. He just wants to have a clean race, I think. Get some good points on the board for his team. What will Daisy do against Tommy Rill on the run down towards Turn 1 and then up through Eau Rouge and down the Kemmel Straight on that opening lap?
Yeah, because around here, Matt, pole position isn't everything. We've seen it in the past, when Hamilton was on pole position and Vettel, and they almost went 4 wide down the Kemmel Straight because you punch in such a hole off the line. Everyone's going to have everything turned up to the max. They're going to have their engine modes, the ERS, all set to send it. And it's just going to be about who breaks the latest. So it'll just be a short 2-minute break, and we can confirm that, as you can see here, that it'll be a dry race today. No sign of any rain, which is disappointing, but that doesn't mean anyone won't put it in the barrier. How many cars do we expect to see in the wall, apart from yourself, Matt?
Well, if we're not including myself, then I reckon 4 I'm going with to make the barriers today. I think we're going to see a few at Pouon, a few out of that medium speed chicane that I can't remember the name of for the life of me. And I'm just trying to decide what I want to do on strategy.
So yeah, a unique dimension today. We have Mr. Collibeer, my sparring partner, in the booth. He'll actually be running the Williams today from the back of the grid. We'll see how far he can make his way through the order and give us some insight into maybe some of the driving styles on this grid today and what's happening. He's got his pulse on the tarmac, as per se.
Yeah, it's like a little bit of an experiment for us. We'll see how this works out. It might be a genius idea. It might be absolutely terrible. I will keep my mic muted for until you talk to me, just so you don't hear me shouting about other drivers, because I do get quite vocal when I see something that I don't like.
Honestly,
what are we doing? Racing or ping pong?
I'm going to make a quick brew just whilst the grid forms up. Be back in just a moment.
I was about to say I'm going to go do the same, but we're actually starting to get my stream up and running, because I like to stream my POV, and then, yeah, get down to business. Hopefully the formation I've been on would really suck if Rich just left, and it's go, go, go. I'm going to go, yeah, I'm going to stick with the softs for this restart, I think. Get that grip in the opening phases and then go from there. We do have formation now.
And it's lights out. No, it's not.
No, it's not, Rich. It's not. Calm down.
Just in case. So, a Williams on the front row. When was the last time we said that? Feels like an eternity. I feel like it may be...
Maldonado.
Or a Bottas, no? Didn't Bottas get pole?
Oh, no.
Somewhere?
Massa got one. It was Massa 2014, Austria.
Austria,
Bottas.
that's it.
There you go. Still an eternity ago, but yeah.
Matthew Collibeer, the walking encyclopedia of Formula One. That's what
Yeah. Call me Wikipedia.
So Daisy on the front row alongside the Ferrari of Tommy Rill. Will we see him doing donuts at the end of this one? We're about to find out. Drazzy in P3, in his Mercedes in P4. We have Ludlow in his Alfa Romeo. In P5 we have a Red Bull of RSF1 Vettel. P6 we've got the Pink Panther, the Racing Point, soon to become the Aston Martin of Westerns. P7 we have Lawn, the first sister car in the top 10. The Mercedes with a good qualifying. And now our second sister, we have a front half in P8 in the second Alfa Romeo. In P9, Lucky Lambert, the first of the Haas's. And in P10 is that guy, CSR Maitland, in the Alpha Tauri. Alpha Tauri is looking exceptional in qualifying free practice. Car looks really good. Expect to see them on the podium at some point, if not today, later on in the Bahrain Grand Prix, of course. Just having a quick look through the tyre strategies here. A very interesting choice. Everyone on the soft tyre, apart from Big Dinger's D-Money in P11, B4 in P12 on the softs, as well as Yanni Jans, Dunsworth, ROM James, Aki, Ang, Pullen and Mr. Connerbeer at the back of the order. So I'm going to wish you good luck, Mr. Connerbeer. Any tips for the grid today?
Thank you, my good sir. And the tip for the day is don't crash, as I shall now demonstrate.
Well, there's another certain expression about don't crashing.
Is that Rich?
Yeah.
Does it maybe begin with a B?
Yeah.
Would that expression maybe be don't bottle it?
That's the one we're looking for. Here we go. We're forming up the grid for round 9, the halfway mark of the Republic of Motorsport Championship. We're in sunny Belgium for the circuit of the Spa-Francorchamps for the Belgium Grand Prix. Dacey on the front row, the Ferrari up alongside him. Who's going to get off the line cleanest? We're waiting for the lights to form up here. Here we go. 3 red lights, 4 red lights, 5 laps. And it's go, go, go for the Belgium Grand Prix. And it looks like a good start for everyone off the line as we head down into turn 1. The Williams has his nose in front. We've got a Red Bull flying up the inside. He's going to make positions. He's going to send it up the inside. The Mercedes looks like slipping back there. Got someone else running out wide of turn 1. And please go one by one up Eau Rouge and Radion. It's not good if you're going to go 2 by 2. Everyone behaving nicely. So we're going to come through cleanly. It looks like so. We're not playing fairly. We've got the McLaren trying to make up some moves here. And we've got the 2 Renaults fighting in the background. It looks like B4 trying to make up some positions early on. But it's Dacey who's held off the line now. Let's just check in. And that is indeed Lawn just slipping back behind B4, who's now up into P8. He's had a fantastic start off the front here. And we've got Dunsworth making a move on Maitland. Maitland slipping back through the order. Maybe some damage on that car. Yeah, he's missing a front left end plate on that car. Mr. Connerbeer is still at the back of the order. We've got Yanni Jans, Aki, and Co. How was your start, man?
Yeah, just keeping it all nice, neat and tidy, everyone at the back. I don't think I saw too many collisions. I'm just going to work through this race, pick them up one by one, and we'll see what happens. We've got Renault going sideways. Oh, we've all slammed on the brakes, and I love Cody's damage system. That would be a broken front wing for myself.
Sorry to have spoken to you. I feel like the curse long continues in this F1 2020 series. And it looks like Aki had a serious moment there. Expect to see a few cars in the pits. We've got James and Dunsworth battling as they come through the fast left-hander down into the bus stop chicane. Is he going to have to look back up the inside? Just going to hold station. There's a long way to go. Lap 1 of 22 now complete as we cross the line. Tommy Real and Dacey battling it out. No, that is just the timing screens, of course, Rich. But Tommy Real is really closing in on the back of the leader now. And he's in with a sniff, probably at the top of the Camel Straight. Under brakes. Really got to conserve your fuel, your ERS management around this circuit. It's very easy to just start to spend it. And the field is starting to spread out already. A nice gap forming there from the top 2 back. Not for us, of course. And do not pay any attention to the timing screens. We're going to get rid of them just for a moment. Just having a look back through the order. Can we see anyone making a move?
Quite unfortunate at the back there. Renault got sideways and we all had to slam on the brakes. Unfortunately, some of us slowed down a bit more than others were expecting. And we'll be at the back for a little while.
So Matthew Connerbeer will be praying to the safety car gods that they will shine down upon him and grant him... Oh, talking of which, we've got a yellow flag, and that looks like it's Aki. Aki is spun round. Looks like he's kept his front wing intact. His confidence would have taken quite a bit of damage at the same point. 2 AlphaTauris running side by side on track. Pullen and Maitland. Everyone's settling down for the long haul. Come through to complete lap 2. Dacey is really getting pressured now by Tommy Real and the chasing pack. They know they need to get into DRS now because it'll be activated on this lap. And this is will be attack mode. Scenario 7 and send it City. Here we go. The push up a Rouge. Tommy just lurking in the background. He's gaining. He's gaining. He's gaining. He's in the toe. Got the rear wing open. Maybe just conserving a bit of battery at this point in the race. And let's have a look further back. So I feel someone might make a move down there. Everyone playing fair so far. B4 still down in P8. Still with a lot of work to do today. He also knows don't do anything too silly. His nearest championship rival is not racing today, so any points are a bonus. Closing in on the back of Lucky Lambert now. In with a sniff as Lucky Lambert doesn't fully commit to the corner. Here comes B4 out the inside. Pretty cut and dry move. Looks easier in the commentary booth, but that would have been a heart in your mouth moment as we've got our first penalty of the day. Dunsworth with a 3-second for abusing the track limits there. And rightly so, a 3-second penalty administered to him.
Expect to see a lot of those track limit penalties today. Lots of opportunities to pick up those warnings.
D-Money and Maitland going for it. D-Money just pulls around, and yes indeed, Matt, expect to see many of those to be quick round here. Really have to commit to those exit curbs. And Maitland has decided to pull the trigger, come into the box, and I assume get a fresh front wing. So you may be in company in a moment, Matt.
It's in Yanni Ann's box as well already, and now Maitland will join us here at the back.
Here comes Tommy Real, just a bit happy to get towed along at this point. I think they're working together just to try and extend that advantage, which they have just done over Vettel in P3, who's performing well so far, you'd have to say. We've got Drazzy in P5 closing in on this battle as well for the final step on the podium. Mr. Conabere has got ahead of Maitland and Yanni Jans, now up into P16.
I like the Maitland.
We've got a spin up. Lucky Lambert is around. He's going to have to let everyone go past him. He's dropped down to P13 already. And unfortunate for him, good qualifying for him today. And that's promoted B Ford as well. He's moved on up now into P7. We're going to see some people start to get a bit restless, looking to make a move. Weston's looks like he's out of ERS already, and B Ford, that will just be the signal to attack now. Once you see that flashing light on the rear of the car ahead, it means they're starting to go into energy recovery mode, and they've expended all available battery. And yeah, a nice battle for P3 between Vettel, Ludlow, Drazzy, Westons and B Ford now, as we head into lap 5 of this 22 lap Belgium Grand Prix. Tommy Real looking closer than ever. We'll try and cut away if it looks like he's going to make an overtake, but we'll stick with this battle up ahead of us. And yes, Tommy Real having a look, not committing to anything at this early stage. Oh, and B Ford has moved himself up into P6. Looks like with the aid of DRS there into the braking zone. Nice, is close front half. Gaining on the back of Lawn now. Two guys with penalties. One is front half, the other Dunsworth. Now Vettel is in DRS range of the top two as well. Maybe Dacey going a bit defensive as Costa the front two time, and it's just backed him up. So now the train is from P1 all the way down to P7. running very wide there. On the edge of binning it front half. Held on to it well. Just kicking up a bit of gravel. This is just going to invite James to have a go. And he picks up the next penalty. Here comes James. It's going to be squeezed to the outside. Oh, and the Alfa Romeo is going to lock up as well. And the car's going to concede that position. And yes, front half has jumped into the pit lane. That was borderline racing, boys. And we've got Pullen here. Having a look at Dunsworth up ahead of him. Cut away and have a look at the leaders into the braking zone at the end of Campbell Straight. Tommy not close enough yet again. Ford hanging on into P6. We've got yellow flags, which have now been cleared. Alarm over.
I think that's a Cody's glitch for you.
Yeah, it's just to stop people overtaking. We don't want to see overtaking in F1. We have too much of it already.
Oh yeah, of course.
Oh. First of the front runners to really get a penalty is Ludlow in P4. Now we're 3 seconds to his name. And that'll be music to Drazzy's ears. He's right on the back of him. Vettel has got back in that DRS range of the top two. And the fight is on. It's all going to be about when to pull the trigger for the undercut here, because it'll be very powerful with such a long lap time. And here comes Drazzy. He's in the slipstream of Ludlow. Is he going to make a move down into the bus stop chicane? He's getting a bit early. You can see the light flashing up ahead of us here. He's going to look to the outside. A little nudge there into the braking zone. That was a bit naughty. Vettel has opted to box. He's gone for the undercut here. That should pay back dividends. We've got another yellow flag in sector 3, it seems. Everyone's still pointing the right way, I think. This little squirreling battle up ahead of us is just inviting Beeford into the party and expect him to make a move, and Dunsworth has retired, and that is on track. It's on track. Here comes Beeford. He's going to look to the inside, under brakes. He's going to get it done. He's got the inside, that's now going to become the outside, and the inside once again, and he moves himself up into P4 past Ludlow. Flags now cleared. Stricken car of Dunsworth has now been removed. A little kiss on the rear end there from Ludlow. And all of that posturing has just cost Drazzy and co time. Gap now 2.1 seconds to the lead fights in this Grand Prix. So Vettel was the first of the front runners to make his pit stop. He's come out back into P10. Bit of clear air up ahead of him. 3 seconds is their next car ahead of him, which is D-Money, who started the race on those medium compound of tyres. The only man to do so. So will we see any of the leaders opt for pit lane? Let's have a look. Yes, Stacey getting a bit squirrely there into the pit lane. Almost loses it. Tommy Real right on the back of him now, both the top two into the pits. Drazzy goes through for another tour here. Ludlow stays out as well. So let's check in with Vettel. Let's see where he's going to feed back into the order here. Will the undercut have worked for him? Has he been hammer time? Lots of cars now in pit row. Here's Vettel. It's going to be tight. Oh, they're still getting up to speed, and he's put himself into P2. He split them. He split Dacey and Tommy now. Got himself into second with that undercut. A great move. That's going to be music to the ears of Dacey. Tommy showing some excellent pace in that first stint. And I think the rest of the boys are going to have to make their pit stop right here, right now, or they're really going to lose a lot of ground. got net leader Daisy, Vettel, Tommy Real, and then B Ford currently sitting P4, net P4. But B Ford is now 3 seconds behind this fight for the lead and picks up 3 seconds of penalties as well. That'll be a kick in the gonads.
I think Maitland's gone around.
You know who it is. It's CSR Maitland. Maitland is round. He's off. Doesn't look like there's any damage apart from his pride. Top 3 now, box. Top 4 even. So D-Money's going to pick up the lead, but he's yet to box. The only man to go on the alternate strategy, and the leaders are catching now. They're really catching him, so he's really going to be a cat amongst the pigeons now in this battle for the lead. It's going to be on a used set of medium tyres, and Daisy and Co are going to want to clear him ASAP as we head up for another tour up a Rouge through Radio, down the Camel Straight. Some of the best bit of tarmac in the world. Here comes Daisy. He knows he has to commit to it. He has to get it done early, and he's through even before the braking zone. Is anyone else going to make a move? It's going to be hammer time for Daisy now that he's ahead of this car on the alternate strategy. There you go. D-Money defending now. Already the gap 1.2 seconds. He's already broken the DRS as Daisy. And this is just costing him. And they're going to be backing up into the likes of Drazzy and B Ford as well at this point. Got yellow flag, full call safety car. Maitland has retired from the session.
I love you, Maitland. You're such a hero.
And this is a free pit stop now for D-Money. He's the only guy to have hung it out there. And yes, safety car lap 9 of 22. Daisy just pulled the advantage. He's going to be kicking Maitland after this one. He didn't want to see that. D-Money, I'm sure, will give him a high five. Really worked his way into contention now in this race. And anyone with a penalty, they're going to be cursing Maitland as well.
We'll say in Rich, mediums or softs in the pits?
I'll keep an eye in the pit lane now. If you're going to box, I think it's a bridge too far for the softs maybe. We've got a fresh set.
Agree.
We will have fresh sets, but no, we've got D-Money, the only man to box. And we also got Conway joining him in the pits. I'll join you in just a second. We should have a couple of tours of the safety car.
Why did Maitland crash? Maitland really is the hero of this race right now. Bringing out that safety car, you'd love to see it. Aki's picked up a drive-through penalty. Not what he wants, speeding under the delta. Easy mistake to make. You've only got to break it by that little bit and it'll give you a penalty. That's really unfortunate for Aki. I got D-Money who's boxed for the cars. I'm guessing he started on mediums then. And had to put that tyre on as it would be the only one to get him to the end of the race.
Let's have a look at the real winners and losers so far in the Grand Prix. In terms of positions gained, B Ford, the big winner, up 7 positions. Of course, starting down in P12, now up into P5. Does have a penalty to his name, but so do the 2 cars behind him of Westerns and Ludlow. James up 6 positions, as well as Pullen. Mr. Quanterbury up 3. The real losers so far in this Grand Prix are those that have retired, of Maitland, of course, and Dunsworth. And he hands down 3 positions, as well as unlucky Lambert, Ludlow.
Back safety car in this lap, I think.
Yeah, the field are
We're all
bunched
here.
up. There's no excuse not to get racing.
I think we are
Sometimes
going to
it
go
is
for
just a
another
matter
tour
of
though.
laps. Yeah, sometimes it just
Yes.
likes to do a couple of laps. This is a set standard.
So, did anyone put soft tyres on, or are we all mediums and hards?
So it's all mediums and D-Money on the hearts.
Okay. Interesting call for D-Money. I was saying I think he must have just started on the mediums, but I think he'll
Yep.
struggle on those hards to keep the cars behind.
Considering where he is down in P13, might even box again on this lap, you know. Yanni Jan's into the pits. Is Yanni Jan's going to go for a set of softs? Let's check in with the Renault driver. The Renault engine sounding like it's having a bit of a seizure there. And no, it's another set of medium tyres. Renault obviously likes the yellow wall tyre. Change of positions. Who's being naughty on track? Did Tommy just get past Vettel?
So, no overtaking, no overtaking.
Interesting.
As Phil would say.
In the words of Big Filch. Interesting.
Interesting.
Oh dear.
Yanni Jans has recaught the back off the pack.
So the bad news is Aki Ang has got a drive-through penalty. Been a naughty boy. He's not been adhering to the speed limit under the safety car. Exceeded his delta. Got a drive-through penalty.
Naughty boy.
Expect to see the drivers weaving around a bit to try and get some temperature into the tyre. Surface temperature and core temperature very important, and you're going to want it to stick. Also show extreme caution out the last corner. Many a time I've ended up in the barrier, getting a bit too eager off the restart around here. One of the worst traction zones probably on the calendar. You would say that last corner of the circuit of Spa. Good luck, Mr. Quannabeer. Fresh tyres.
Thank you, good sir. I will keep you informed if I see anything interesting.
Lights out on the safety car. Daisy will now assume that role and start to back up the pack quite considerably, actually. Yeah. Lots of weaving going on. This is not a mating dance. This is just them getting temperature into the tyres. Also a bit of mind games will be going on right now. When will he bolt? Most likely to do so out of the last corner. We will see. Who's your money on here, chat? Do let us know. And Daisy has gone. And he caught Tommy real napping a bit there. He's going to come under attack from Vettel. Of course, no overtaking until we pass the safety car line, which is on the main start-finish straight here. As we come through to start lap 12 of 22. And that is Vettel getting a bit loose on the back end. We're used to seeing that from Mr. Sebastian. This is RSF1 Vettel. As we come down into turn 1, Drazzy's going to be all over the gearbox of him. We've got B4 lurking in the background. Looks like everyone has held position off the restart. 10 laps to go here. Lacey picks up 3 seconds. That's going to be crucial for the race win. Tommy has none, as well as Vettel and co. James and Lawn battling now. It looks like James has just stretched his legs down that straight. A cut and dry move. Lawn struggling at the minute. He's going to come under attack from the front half as well. Looks like everything is where it should be on the car. Maybe just a confidence issue there. Of course, Lawn 4-lap old tyres. Some guys have boxed earlier than others. The front of the order, Daisy has pulled out 1.0 second advantage now on Tommy. He's going to really have to start to push now. He'll have to send it. If he's got any chance of winning this race, he needs to pull a 3-second margin. As Drazzy really closing in now on Vettel. He smells the position. He knows he has to get on with it if he wants this win himself. And he gets it done into the bus stop chicane. Next up on the back of Vettel will be B4, your championship leader. As Dacey sets the fastest lap of the Grand Prix at 44.611. Under attack, so James is having a sniff. Connebeer is going to stick one on D-Money. D-Money just doesn't have the pace on those hard tyres. We'll try and hang on in there though. Lucky Lambert.
Just struggling a little bit on his hard side, I think. Not got the grip as everyone around him. Hopefully that'll come back to him towards the end of the race though, once the medium starts to die off.
Lucky Lambert right on the back of pulling. Very close now, coming to the business end of the Grand Prix. Just check in on the penalty situation. Your leader, Dacey, 3 seconds. And then we have B4 in P5 with 3, as well as Weston's in 6 and Ludlow in 7th. The guys in P10 and 11 both have 3 seconds. Aki at the back of the order, yet to serve his drive-through penalty. DRS has now been re-enabled by race control, so expect to see a few more overtakes in the coming laps. Dacey still just out of DRS of Tommy Real, who himself has pulled 1.6 seconds on Drazzy in P3. So it looks like the fight for the podium is just going to be for that final step. For P3 we've got Vettel, who's got B4 closing in on him as well. Vettel just needs to keep it clean, doesn't need to battle too hard. And just, Aki's out! That's on track! Just a yellow flag. Oh! Ludlow squeezes past Westerns. Yellow flag step to 1. Late drama here. Thank you. So that car will be cleared. He just exited the pit lanes and it likes to park up. See some good action at the top of Radion, it seems. Here we go. Is B Ford going to pounce? See the flashing light of Vettel. He's using all the juice he's got available to him. On a beer. Expect more from you. 3 seconds penalty to our co-commentator here today, who's looking to make moves. Going to get squeezed to the outside. Fulham not giving up without a fight here. Lap 15 of 22. The gap's pretty stable at the front of the order. B Ford is on a charge. I think he'll be close enough into the braking zone. Here we've got Matthew Connebeer overtaken Pullen. Is he going to get stopped in time? Yes, a nice move there. Up into P12 for Matt. Vettel doing very well at this stage to hold off the championship leader. Like we said earlier, He doesn't need to do too much here today, B Ford. Just needs to consolidate his position, bring home some good points for the team. Because Pez is not racing. He has a massive lead in the championship. Worst thing to do would be not to extend your advantage here today. Ludlow now picks up 3 seconds. Ludlow currently in 6 and 6 seconds to his name. The first driver to get 6 seconds worth of penalties. Weston's, is he going to have a look into the bus stop? He's gaining. I think he'll save it on the DRS. And he just tucks back in. I'm going to do it on this straight. Try and get a nice exit off of La Source. Really stretch his legs up the hill. Vettel already out of juice down the Camel Straight. That'll be an open invitation. As well, really using a lot of battery. As everyone pretty much got the 2 racing points really going at it now. These two like to play fair. I'm sure they'll be in communication with each other. Try and make the best call for the team. Will the message be, James, this is James, Weston's is faster than you? We're about to find out. Oh, looks like no team orders there. Weston's had a look, had to jump out of it, get off the gas. Dacey now pulled his advantage to 1.9 seconds. He needs another 1 and a bit seconds if he's going to bring home the race win today. He's giving it absolutely everything, throwing the kitchen sink at it. We've got Lucky Lambert's having a look at front half down into the bus stop chicane. We've got a great battle for, this is all the way up to P6 or P7 it seems, through the order here. Lambert just filling the mirrors of that Alfa Romeo up ahead of us. Just trying to apply the pressure, gets a bit squirrely on the traction zone there. He's got a great, used a bit of deployment there as I come up the hill, right under the rear wing of the Alfa Romeo. Expect to see a move. Both have DRS. Alfa Romeo pulls to the right, pass to the left, down into the braking zone. Who's got the biggest going at? The Haas gets the position up into the final points of P10. Further down the order, D-Money up into P14. Conobir now on the back of front half. One up ahead of them as well, they're going at it. Lord on the outside there. Oh! How they both did, I have no idea. And look at this to the side of us, we've got an Alfa Romeo. He wants a piece of the pie. Matthew just lurking in the background. A great 4-way scrap here on lap 17 of 22. Matt just has to jump out of it in time. It's all about getting a good exit through here, boys.
I am so scared right now.
Be afraid. Be very afraid. You don't know what's going to happen. Everyone wants that final few points. And up ahead of us, here comes Lambert. Lorne's not giving up. Lorne's going to break deep. The Haas is going to have the inside line onto the start-finish straight. And look at this. Look at this for action. It's not over till the fat lady is singing and swinging from the chandelier. Down the inside of turn 1 goes Lorne. Look at this, 2x2 they go. Are they going to go 2x2 up to Eau Rouge? We certainly hope not. Matt with a good exit. He's on the power, front half's out of battery, so is Lorne. He's going to get squeezed. Oh, there's almost disaster. Everyone has used all the button. It's about who can break the latest, carry the most apex speed now. This is just inviting more cars into the battle, because behind us, pulling as well, we just closed in on this action-packed battle for the final points paying position.
Every time I try and make a move, someone like pulls back in front of me. I can't fully send it.
I don't believe it. I've been focusing so much on this. I've actually missed B4 getting past Vettel up into P4. Oh, we got the contact. We got the spin. With yellow flags. And front half has become a cropper there. It's good to be taking a look at that. Battle started over though. Lawns stretched his legs out. 2.3 seconds advantage after that epic battle that we saw in the midfield pack. Catching up towards the front of the order. Dacey now with 2 seconds to Tommy Real on P2. Of course, Dacey does have that 3-second penalty there we'll have to serve. Lap 19 of 22 here. We've got Drazzy a further 1.7 seconds behind P2. And then B4's got a lot of work to do to make up grounds on the final podium step with that 3-second penalty. Vettel has 0% ERS. He's still gaining with the DRS. Vettel knows he just has to stay within that 3 seconds. And P4 will be his. No! As I say it, Vettel gets a 3-second penalty. No! He's going to have to do it on track. Perfect downfield of these boys. They still want to have a go at it. Bonnebeer pulling D Money. And we've got Yanni Hans in the mix as well. It's been a great race so far. Let's just check in with the movers and shakers. Top 3 have all held position from their race starts. B4 up 8 positions, as well as James up 8, going to be up 7, and Pullen up 5. Most of the grid with a 1 stop. Yanni Hans has been in twice, as well as front half. And yeah, front half came in for an extra stop due to that late incident, put on a fresh set of softs. Yellow flag. Just a phantom one by the looks of things.
What happened to Westerns? It's just dropped 2 places.
Yep. Just seen that he's got damage. Front right end plate damage there. B4 picks up another penalty. Now up to 6 seconds. So this invites and opens the door for Vettel behind him. Another yellow flag in sector 2. Westerns again dropping places. And Vettel, something's happened to Vettel. Maybe a bit of a spinala for Vettel. Oh, he's looking on for P4 there. Westerns dropping like a stone. He's pushing Yanni Hans off circuit with him. Yeah, that's big damage there. Probably red wing damage on the right hand side. Sad to see. B4 now is making up ground on Drazzy. But with 6 seconds to his name. James should jump Ludlow. And B4 as well. Keep yourself in the fight here. Try and latch on to the back of Ludlow up ahead of him. Going to be in a great position come the end of the Grand Prix. So penultimate lap of the Belgium Grand Prix here. Dacey has 2.1 seconds advantage over Tommy Real in P2. It's not going to be enough as it stands. that 3-second penalty, not going to be enough. B Ford really showing some good pace late on in this race, closing in on the back of Drazzy, but with 6 seconds, it's going to be a little bit too late for him in this race. Further down the order, Konomir looking for the final points, pay position, going to go up the inside of Vettel. Gets it done. A nice move up into P9. Vettel looking to come back. That's just going to close the door and say no thank you, not today. So drivers without penalties today, we have Tommy Rill, we have Drazzy, James, Lambert, we have D-Money, and we have Yannian. So far, my curse always follows me. Fulham's struggling there. So as Dacey comes around to start the final lap of the Grand Prix, 2.5 seconds it is as he crosses the line for the final time before the checkered flag. He needs 6/10 on this lap to secure victory. Tommy Rill is going to do everything to deny him that. We've got Drazzy in P3. Sitting pretty again without penalties. And then B Ford, after a disappointing qualifying, has marched right up the order, but he's probably going to lose a couple of positions come the end of the Grand Prix due to them 6 seconds worth of penalties. And the closest battles on track looks like this one of B Ford and Drazzy. Got Konomir and Vettel, and D-Money and Pullen will try and keep up to date with that. We haven't really seen much of the leaders in this second half of the Grand Prix. They've sort of social distanced themselves, and yeah, biggest excitement will be, can Dacey pull everything out the bag? Will Tommy have flinch in this final few sectors? Tommy, you just need about 4/10 of a second. I know it's a lot to ask as we come into sector 2. Sorry, Dacey, just need a little bit of margin here. It's going to be yours. Front half with the fastest lap of the Grand Prix at 43.4. Of course, on them soft tyres right at the end. Westerns might beat that on the final push. And something's happened here because it's really closed up in the mid-pack. But we stay with the leaders because we're in the final few corners. Dacey, with a great qualifying, is going to come around the final corner to take it on track. But Tommy has just done enough, and he's going to pick up his second win, I think, of this season. The Ferrari fans go absolutely crazy. Drazzy, an excellent podium for him. B Ford's going to come home at P4, Ludlow P5, but James is going to jump both of them and take that 4th position. And further down the order, they're going to come across nip and tuck across the line. We've got a few cars in the barriers. Oh, yes. Finishing style, Mr. Konomir.
Always end on a spinala.
So your final order. Tommy.
That was something.
Tommy wins from Dacey, from Drazzy. James, excellent drive from yourself up into P4. B4 the 5th, Ludlow 6th, Lambert 7th, Lawn 8th, Konomir in P9, D-Money in P10, Yannian's 11th, and Vettel in 12th. Ludlow, Western's front half. Our 3 DNFs were Aki Ank, we've got CSR Smegland, and we got Dunsworth. In terms of positions gained, 11 places gained for ROM James. Kept it penalty free, has to be my driver of the day, and I'm sure the games as well. Tommy, you know, kept it clean. Dacey picked up that penalty. He'll be kicking himself for it. Lost out 4/10 of a second from race victory here today in the Belgium Grand Prix. And indeed, driver of the day goes to James, 95. And here is your podium. Nice to see 3 different manufacturers up there. Ferrari taking the top step, Williams the second, and Mercedes in 3rd place there.
Ferrari on the top step of the podium.
Yeah,
Bit
seems like a
unusual.
long time ago, didn't it? When was the
Hmm.
last time? Singapore?
Yeah, Singapore 2019.
Certain Seb 5, I think.
It was indeed. Not Charles Leclerc,
Not.
Seb Vettel.
And that's when
Freaking
teammates
Charles
really collect.
Leclerc.
Seb was supposed to do something a bit opposite on the strategy. He was like, no, that's my Grand Prix to win. But big up Tommy Real. We didn't see the donuts today because there wasn't that much time on the board. But big congratulations on the win. Well done to Daisy as well. An excellent performance. Took the pole position. That 3-second really bit him in the backside. Drazi, an excellent rise there. Kept it steady. And James, what can I say? Starting P15 up to P4. Ahead of that man B Ford because he was a naughty, naughty boy. 6 seconds of penalties really caught him out at the end. And D-Money, special mention to you on the hard tyres. Getting a point. He should be chuffed with that. Of course you, Matt, as well. Making 2 stops. Getting damage early on. And resurrecting yourself up into P9. Good showing.
I gave it my all. I may have had a slight tap with Thron half. Yeah, he went a bit deep into the medium speed chicane, and I put my nose up the inside, and we touched. I'm going to watch it back in a second. I will be able to tell you whether it was my fault or not. But yeah, it was unfortunate. There was a lot of racing at the back as well there. Really good stuff from the lads. Every time I try and make an overtake, someone ahead would box me and I'd be like, no, I just want to brake a bit later, please. I'm trying not to take you out, but yeah, good stuff.
Yeah, that's going to be it for me. We are going to cut off a bit earlier today because we do have the F1 event coming right up. So go on, enjoy that, boys. Let's cheer on the lads. We'll match Verstappen. Have a, what do we call it? A full Monty. Will he take every session? He's done FP1, 2, 3, qualifying. He's finished top. Will he finish top in the Grand Prix? I hope it's not that cut and dry. I hope the Mercedes do throw the challenge down. But that's been me for this week. Round 9 victory taken by Tommy Real. Join us again next week for round 10. I think we're heading to Singapore, I want to say. But yeah, same time, same place. Ciao for now.